Hi everyone, Paul here with Newegg TV, and today we're going to be taking a closer look at the Western Digital My Passport Essential. Here we have the 500 gigabyte blue version. Now the biggest evolutionary leap forward for the My Passport Essential is the inclusion of the USB 3.0 connection. And USB 3.0 is much faster than USB 2.0. However, if you still have USB 2.0, do not fear, this is backwards compatible with the USB 2.0 spec. Now, apart from the 500 gig capacity, USB 3.0 connection, you also get a couple other items. Down here you can see that Western Digital has an automatic backup feature. That's some software that's preloaded onto the drive. Also can have password protection, and this drive features a 2-year warranty from Western Digital. So next up, let's go ahead and get it out of the box. Western Digital drives are made to be plug and play. They are formatted NTFS, so if you're using a Windows-based system, you should be able to plug it in and recognize it immediately. This drive is also compatible with Apple operating systems, OS X and Snow Leopard, but that will require a reformat if you're going to use the Apple operating systems. Here is what you get in the box. We have a clamshell, which is defying my attempts to open it. Here we go. Alright, so we have a My Passport Essential. This is pretty much a quick connection guide, very basic, plugging in a USB device, as well as some technical support information if you need to contact them. Here is the more in-depth manual with tech supports, various languages, as well as warranty information. Here is our super speed USB 3.0 cable, and still hiding in the clamshell here is the My Passport Essential. Oops, sorry about that. My Passport Essential itself. It's a nice Western Digital logo. Once again, we're working with the blue version here, though this does come in a variety of colors. And here is our USB 3.0 super speed cable. And if you haven't used one of these USB 3.0 devices yet, you will notice a slight alteration in the mini port. They actually had to make it larger in order to fit the extra power and bandwidth needed. The standard USB ports are still the same, and they will still plug into a USB 2.0 port there. This side here is the part that plugs into the drive itself. As you can see, it is keyed. You can really only plug it in one way. Simple enough, just like that. Other end plugs into your computer, and then you have a 500 gigabyte external hard drive that you can use for backup and storage. They've included an extra little tag there on this cable indicating that yes, this is backwards compatible with USB 2.0. Alright guys, so just a few moments ago I plugged this into our USB 2.0 port on our test bed here, and I ran some tests to get our USB 2.0 speeds. What I'm going to do now is plug this into our USB 3.0 port, right up there. And what we should see in just a moment here is our standard Windows pop-up that will give us our autoplay. So here we can see that My Passport has popped up. Again, this is pre-formatted NTFS, so it will automatically be recognized in Windows systems. And right here we can see that they have some preloaded software such as the WD Smartware as well as the WD Quick Formatter, and that is how you can access the additional functions such as automatic backup as well as password protection. Now what we are going to do real quick is a test to compare our USB 2.0 speeds to USB 3.0 speeds to show you guys what sort of a difference is. So here is a screenshot that I took of the USB 2.0 tests. I'm going to pull up Crystal Disk Mark and run it right next to it here. We need to select our drive, of course. And I'm going to run all of our tests, and these are 50 megabyte test chunk sizes. Now over here on the right with our 2.0 tests, you can see our speeds pretty much maxed out right around 30 megabytes per second. And that is pretty much the cap that you will get as far as read and write speeds when you're connected via USB 2.0. Now here is our USB 3.0 test running live right now, and we can already see that we've hit more than double the throughput that we got with our USB 2.0 test. So there you can immediately tell the benefit that you get from plugging into USB 3.0 versus USB 2.0. Alright guys, so our tests have now completed. Here you can see once again on the right is the USB 2.0, on the left is our USB 3.0 connection results. This is the exact same drive, we're just connecting it to different USB ports on our test bed. Up here for the sequential reads and sequential writes, these are doing sequential, these are doing 512K blocks. Same thing over here, and here you can see the numbers pretty much double, or more than double, going from USB 2.0 to USB 3.0. 34 to 74, 29 to 67, 26 to 48, 29 to 70. And then you might notice here the lower tests as well. These are a little bit more for testing SSDs as well as enterprise applications. So those aren't quite as applicable, and you can see the numbers are pretty much comparable between the two. But just an example of how much more bandwidth you get when you're connecting via USB 3.0 as compared to 2.0. And real quick, I'd also like to point out, Western Digital has put up some charts here on the box to give you a more real-world example of the sort of time saving you get by going with USB 3.0. And they're comparing, for example, transferring 500 photos, and with USB 2.0 it might take a little over 2 minutes, with USB 3.0 a little under 1 minute. And I'm happy to say that they are giving some real-world comparisons here. You can see that reflected in our tests, but they're not necessarily comparing the theoretical bandwidth of USB 3.0, which is a lot higher. They're actually giving you some real-world examples on the box of the type of transfer improvement you can get when you're going with USB 3.0. And that pretty much wraps it up for our closer look at the Western Digital My Passport Essential. This is once again the 500 gigabyte USB 3.0 version. We have the blue color here, but it is available in a variety of colors. For Newegg TV, my name is Paul. Thanks a lot for watching today's video, everyone, and we will see you next time.